What are the minimum requirements in order to at least even have a FICO score? Glad you asked. What up? You got Mr. Smith, point 5 of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and in this brief video I want to talk to you about the minimum requirements as it relates to even having a FICO score. So a lot of times we run into people who say, well, my credit is bad, I have no credit. And a lot of times it's only bad because everybody starts with 300 points. So it looks bad, but no credit can actually be good because it allows it to be easier to build upon. So it's like starting off with a clean slate and now you just got to build good positive and your score can shoot up rather quickly. For example, there are people who have kids that they add onto their credit as an authorized user onto their credit card. And when that kid who has no credit history, nothing on their report gets added on that credit card as an authorized user, their score can shoot up the first time it starts to report due to the fact that they were able to start from a clean slate but inherit some of the good credit history, credit utilization, payment history, all from being added as an authorized user. So that person benefited greatly and took their score from a 300 to maybe even a 750, 700 just because they had a clean slate. So don't feel bad if you don't have any credit at all because it's an opportunity to build upon. On the flip side, if somebody had a lot of negative stuff on their credit, then they got added as an authorized user, yes, it can help and will help. But some of the things that are negative on your report will offset the amount of points it could have added and how much it could have helped. So just something to keep in mind. Now, back to what we're talking about as it relates to what are the requirements in order to at least even have a FICO score. Number one, it needs to be an account open for at least 6 months or more to start calculating inside that FICO model. That's one option. Another thing to look at is, has something reported to your credit over the past 6 months? So it could have been open for a certain amount of time, or did you have some new things reporting over the past 6 months going towards your credit profile? And another thing to make note of, especially if you have a common name or a name of, you know, somebody who was in your family that may have been older, grandfather or great grandfather, things of that nature, you want to make sure that there's nothing tied to your account that states that you may be deceased. You know, because they want to make sure it's actually somebody. But sometimes names get mixed around and intertwined with someone else, which is why you may sometimes see different things on your report. And you're like, I have no clue how that got on my report. I wasn't even born then, because your name got tied up with someone else's. So understand those things as it relates to the requirements with having a FICO score to begin with. And don't feel bad if you have no credit, because no credit is easier to build upon because it's a clean slate, solid foundation, and you can start from where you are and just build good positives. Hopefully that helps. If you haven't already, take advantage of our free credit class using our link down below. The free credit class will help you take your credit where you want it, or from where it is now to where you want it to be. And what you got to understand is that once you have the knowledge, you apply the knowledge, you can actually do certain things yourself. But if you need assistance, we're always here to assist you as well. But grab a free credit class as well as the crash course, and you'll thank us later. Salute.